covering all of the DMV. This is DC
The
News
next
Now.
president of the United States, my husband, Jimmy Carter.
Rosalind Carter, former First Lady, has died. A look at her life and how the former president remembers his wife of 77 years. Plus an uptick in crime across the DMV, how one man is dedicating his time and money to curb the violence. And we're stretching your dollar, helping you save before hitting the supermarket to buy those Thanksgiving essentials. How you can build your family's dinner for under $30.
And it was another beautiful sunny afternoon today with comfortable temperatures. Will that trend continue into your Monday? We'll talk about that and your Thanksgiving week ahead. That's all coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Scott, and thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6. I'm Ben Dennis. Breaking news tonight, former First Lady Rosalind Carter has died at the age of 96. The wife of former President Jimmy Carter died at the couple's Georgia home this afternoon, according to the Carter Center. She entered hospice care just 2 days ago and was diagnosed with dementia earlier this year. Rosalind and President Carter's marriage lasted 77 years, the longest for any first couple in U.S. history. A mental health and elder care advocate, she was also an informal advisor to President Carter, reshaping the role of First Lady, often representing the White House on diplomatic trips. She was given the nickname Steel Magnolia.
What do you think the public perception of Rosalind Carter is?
I don't know. It's probably what people like you say. She's a steel magnolia. But it's not because I am.
I want my mental health work to carry on, even after there is no more stigma, which I'm not sure will come in my lifetime. But
Statement, the former president says, Rosalind was my equal partner in everything I ever accomplished. As long as Rosalind was in the world, I always knew somebody loved and supported me. Coming up at 6:30, the former First Lady's life in her own words and the unbreakable bond with her husband of 77 years. Turning now to your local news in Virginia, you're looking at the aftermath of a deadly crash in Prince William County this morning. A tractor trailer slammed into a pillar supporting a ramp over I-95 near the Potomac Mills Shopping Center. Police say the tractor trailer and another car had collided. The driver of that car was treated in an ambulance but ran away. Police are looking for him. The driver of the tractor trailer died on scene. His identity has not yet been released. In Fairfax County, police say 2 people are in custody after a deadly shooting near Falls Church. Officials say it happened at the Falls Church Marriott Fairview Park Hotel, just off the Capitol Beltway. The victim was taken to a nearby hospital with life-threatening injuries. That's where he died. Anyone with information should reach out to Fairfax County Police. And new tonight, Fairfax County Police ask the public's help to identify these suspects seen in this security camera video. It shows an armed robbery in a convenience store in Chantilly. Police say the suspects here entered the Chantilly check and convenience store yesterday afternoon. They forced an employee to open a safe and took cash. Police are asking anyone for information to give them a call. In the district, a man shot early this morning near the U Street corridor, originally labeled a suspicious death, now being investigated as a homicide. Police say the man was found shot on 8th Street around 3 a.m. DC News Now obtained a letter from management at the Atlantic Plumbing Building who says their garage was closed last night as officers investigated. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. And many of us will gather with loved ones and friends to give thanks for what we have. And the thing we can be grateful for this year is Thanksgiving will be cheaper for the first time since the pandemic. Our Dave Laval joins us from Eastern Market as shoppers get ready for the holiday feast. Dave, I don't know if you're getting hungry, but last year we saw how many places dealt with a turkey shortage. What's it like this year?
Well, good evening to you, Ben, and boy, what a difference makes. First, we want to let you know Eastern Market closed about an hour ago, won't reopen until Tuesday. Good news is there are still plenty of turkeys to be bought here. They flew off the shelves at Market Poultry this afternoon. What's different this year is there's not the national shortage of turkeys we had in 2022 because of avian flu. Plus, there's more good news for shoppers. The American Farm Bureau Federation says it will cost just over $61 to feed 10 people for Thanksgiving. That's down 4.5% from last year, but still $8 more compared to 2 years ago. Also, turkey prices are down 22% per pound from last year. More turkeys, cheaper prices has created a mad dash for the birds. But the owner of Market Poultry says she's ready.
It's crazy, in and out, you know. Even we said that they have to order in advance, but still a lot of people come for walk-in, you know.
And again, Market Poultry reopens Tuesday morning, and there are plenty of turkeys left. A few butcher shops told us they've stopped taking orders for Thanksgiving. However, grocery stores are still an option, but the best advice, especially as we get down to these waning days before Thanksgiving, you might want to give them a call and see what their supplies are like. We're live at Eastern Market. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
All right, thanks to Dave. Tonight ahead in the newscast, the savings for your meals. But right now, a live look across the DMV, Hagerstown, Winchester, the U.S. Capitol, and the Washington Monument on full display. A beautiful evening. Over to meteorologist Scott Sumner. Scott, how's it cooking to start the week, man?
It is going, and we're not unfortunately eating up. That's one thing. We're going to stay on the cooler side of things. Hey, today's high was 61 degrees. The morning low is chilly, 39 degrees out there. The average high and low should be 57, 41, so a little above the average high and a little below the average low. Record 77 back in 1928, record low 18 back in 1891. So 61 degrees, that's what the high was today in the district. It's now at the double nickel mark here, 55 degrees, clear skies, winds out of the southwest at 5 miles an hour. That's why we did have a little bit milder day during the day. As you remember yesterday, winds were out of the north and northwest at times. And yeah, unfortunately, the sun set another minute or too soon for some, 4:52. High pressure has ruled the roost today. That is going to continue to slide away. And these showers up and towards northern New England, they're going to stay there. Clouds that you see off to the west approaching Louisville, Kentucky, and Indianapolis, Indiana. Well, those are the clouds that we're going to be seeing on Monday. But it's going to remain dry on Monday. Rain chances are not there, but they do ramp up here very likely on Tuesday. We'll talk more about that storm system again and possibly carrying over into early on Wednesday. Then we have a dry Thanksgiving Day and even to a degree Friday, but some showers kick in, it looks like Friday night going into Saturday. But not tonight. Tonight is going to remain dry and chilly, just like last night, 38 degrees overnight low, but 48 around 7 p.m.
Plenty to cover. Thank you, Scott. Drivers could soon see more police at work zones in Maryland highways. It's one of several new steps that Governor Wes Moore said will improve safety. Our Tosin Fakile breaks it all down, some of which could impact your wallet.
These new recommendations are expected to make roads safer and reduce crashes in work zones in Maryland. Doing that includes having more local and state police presence in work zones and increasing the fine for speeding in a work zone. Maryland Governor called it implementing an aggressive strategy to make roads safer and protect the people who work on them. Officials say so far there have been more than 1,100 crashes in work zones in Maryland. One of them was one that happened in May, where a Maryland State Police was parked in a marked closed-off work zone and a driver plowed into the back of the trooper's SUV. This happened on 495. Now, those new work zone initiative by Maryland's governor include increasing Maryland state troopers in work zone and coordinating more local enforcement presence in work zones. $500,000 in immediate funding for work zone safety awareness and educational campaigns, increasing the number of speed cameras installed in the state, and raising the citation for speeding in a work zone from $40, which they say is currently the lowest speed camera citation amount in the country. Now, officials say there are about 300 work zones around the state currently. The governor's strategies came after the work zone safety work group gave its recommendations. Now, some of the action will be immediate, like more police presence. Others they are working on to implement. In the studio, I'm Tosin Fakile. Back to you.
All right, thanks to Tosin. In the district, a new bear sloth is making her home at the National Zoo. Meet Vicky. She recently joined the zoo's Asia Trail outdoor exhibit this fall after her mate had passed away in 2019. The 10-year-old arrived from a zoo in Massachusetts. The zoo is helping Vicky feel more at home and interact with other bear sloths in the exhibit. Vicky enjoys her space, toys, and eating thousands of insects. Good for her. And there could be pandas coming back to the States soon. During a meeting with President Biden, Chinese President Xi signaled that pandas could return. President Xi said that he learned how reluctant Americans were to say goodbye to the animals in D.C. and called the pandas, quote, "an envoys of friendship." But there are no details on when or where the pandas might be sent. Right now, there are 4 left in America. They're all at the Atlanta Zoo. And Prince William County Fire and Rescue have started collecting toys for the U.S. Marine Corps Reserve Toys for Tots Foundation. They're now being collected and distributed to less fortunate children this holiday season. Clothes and used toys cannot be accepted. There are several drop-off spots across the county, including any county fire station, as well as the Public Safety Training Center in Nokesville.